Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful start of the week. We are almost at 750 subscribers, so if you do enjoy the channel, please drop that like and subscribe, and let's push it to the 750 mark. I am planning to do a live stream on Wednesday, as it's usual. I'm still not sure on my schedule this week, but I'm trying to make it work. So I will let you guys know early tomorrow if that's gonna go through or not. I hope to see a lot of you there. I have a lot of questions for me. That would be great. In any case, I will try to. Don't forget also to have that notification bell turned on, and then so you guys know when I'm live, and let's take it from there. So, beginning of the week, stocks are pretty much flat. Gold was down in the beginning of the day, but it ended up a bit higher. Ethereum is again performing quite well. We are approaching the 2,100 handle once again. So the news on the Ethereum ETF from BlackRock has been very positive for price. I think it was a matter of time if the Bitcoin one is likely to happen. I think it was a matter of time for the Ethereum one to happen. What we have tomorrow is CPI. What do I expect to happen is that CPI actually comes lower than expected, meaning on the positive side. The reason why I'm expecting it is not because I have any special information, but we just came. There's going to be about the month of October, which is after the summer period. It tends to be a less inflationary time period, and we just saw deflation in China, and we saw low inflation across Europe, much better than expected. So I do think the US is going to follow the same path, which should lead into keeping rates as they are, which should be positive for the market. However, very important to say, we are approaching some key resistance areas on the upside of this movement. We pretty much touched 4,100 and we had 4,122, and we pretty much had a vertical line up, which means at some point we should have a bit of a pullback, I think, towards the 4,325, 4,350 range, and then I think we should probably start to go higher. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow we start red and eventually the numbers come out and we turn on green. We'll see how it goes, but I do think the number will come lower. The CPI will come lower than expected, and then it's going to be funny to spend some time listening to Peter Schiff trying to justify that number, because he doesn't even understand where inflation comes from. He thinks printing money means inflation automatically. But in any case, that's been my Peter Schiff jab. Bitcoin is pretty much flat to stable. Pulse chain, PulseX, a bit in the trading range at the moment, well above previous levels that we used to be. I do like to see Chainlink still strong. There was a question about Solana the other day, why I wasn't a particular fan of it. And the reason is actually quite simple. So let me take it out of the way. Is Solana a scam? No. Solana is not a scam. But I do think that the chain is off pretty often, meaning it's always down. There's always something happening and the chain just goes down, just doesn't work. And also around the 120, 160 price range, it's a very strong potential area for VCs that are involved in Solana to start dumping once again. So because of those two things, I see other things better. Now, do I hope that Solana collapses? Am I rooting for their demise? No, I'm not. As I mentioned this hundreds of times before, I want all the ecosystems to perform well. The more they perform well, the likely it is that they will attract money to crypto. Attracting money to crypto makes the entire marketplace where we are bigger, richer, wealthier, you name it. So to me, it makes very little sense, all these fightings and all these tribal behaviors of one people against the other. To me, makes no sense. I do think over the second half of November, we will see the one of the spot ETFs being approved. I don't know if it's going to be Grayscale, if it's going to be BlackRock. I get the feeling that it's going to be probably Grayscale number one and then BlackRock immediately after. And I do think that will push us higher into 2024. I think Ethereum by the second half of December should start outperforming Bitcoin, and then January and February should very well outperform Bitcoin to begin with. Now, let's see when the ETF is going to come out. I think it seems to be that people agree that it's going to be in January. To be honest, I really don't know. I would say if it's in Q1 2024, I think that would be positive, because I think that would open the door for us to still have a very strong cycle. I would not like to see it in September 2024, for example, because I do think if that would happen, that would have a very high chance of cutting the cycle short as being a major buy the rumor, sell the news event. So if it comes out in January, I do see a big dump followed by some ramp up into the halving and then another big dump in the halving. Maybe Bitcoin will drop to 24, 22k, 25, 26, around that mark, and then we can continue higher. Sorry guys, for the remaining of the cycle. It will depend at what price we are in the beginning of the year, so that will be the key. I said at least 35k by the end of the year. Of course, we already got there sooner than expected, but the numbers continue to be the same. 42k is so everybody on average becomes profitable in Bitcoin. 45k is so we keep pace with the previous Bitcoin cycle, and basically we are just doing a fractal of the same price movement. Altcoins, I think a few of them have the potential to have really good pumps here and there. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to ensure that my bags are as ready as possible. Why? Because I think we're going to enter the phase of the market, and you've already seen it a few times, where you have one coin that's not doing much. All of a sudden you have boom, 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 big pumps in 3-4 days. And if you're not ready, you just get left behind. So I'm trying to ensure that I'm not going to get left behind. What else? What else can I tell you? I do see some improvements around Cardano's story. I do see that finally pricing is reacting a bit. I have a bit of it. It's not my favorite coin, but I have a little bit of it. I did see a lot of development over the bear market, so I hope that they do well this cycle. Around XRP, which is still a big noise, I do think Chainlink has been the institutional chosen coin rather than XRP. It's still not obvious to many people, but I do think it's going to be obvious very soon. I've thought this, if you guys have been following the channel, I've thought this for months now, but I do think interoperability may be a key factor for this upcoming bull cycle, because as institutional money is arriving, I do think they want something that allows communication across different blockchains, kind of an aggregator of code, if you will. I mean, it's a bad analogy, but you guys see what I mean. And I do think that they would appreciate quite a bit that simplicity. In terms of payment networks, look, there are others which to find already, and they are not that expensive. So I don't know. Look, I hope that the XRP army gets paid their due, that XRP does amazingly well. I really hope so. I am not that convinced, but we'll see. And does that mean that it's going to go down to zero? No, it doesn't mean that. Does it mean that you should buy or sell XRP based on my opinion? Obviously not. What I'm saying is I do think it's going to have a bull run. I fear that it's going to be less performing than what people wanted or expected. But we'll see. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and tomorrow all the banks announce XRP as the system they're gonna use. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you very much today, guys, for your support, and I'll catch you in the next one.